Hello, my name is Deanne, and this is Deanne's Treasure Studio, where I read content not available on Audible as far as I know. We will commence with our journey with the classical wizard in free reading 2024 Players Handbook Chapter 3, Character Class Wizard. My first class to play when I played. Fun that. Let us delve in. Core wizard traits. Primary ability intelligence. Hit point die d6 per wizard level. Saving throw proficiencies, intelligence, and wisdom. Skill proficiencies. Choose 2. Arcane, history, insight, investigation, medicine, nature, or religion. Weapon proficiencies. Simple weapons. Armor training. None. Starting equipment, choose A or B. A, 2 daggers, arcane focus, quarterstaff, robe, spell book, scholar's pack, and 5 gold pieces. Or B, 55 gold pieces. Wizards are defined by their exhaustive study of magic's inner workings. They cast spells of explosive fire, arching lightning, subtle deception, and spectacular transformations. Their magic conjures monsters from other planes of existence, glimpses the future, or forms protective barriers. The mightiest spells change one substance into another, call meteors from the sky, or open portals to other worlds. Most wizards share a scholarly approach to magic. They examine the theatrical underpinnings of magic, particularly the categorization of spells into schools of magic. Renowned wizards such as Bigby, Tasha, Mordenkainen, and Yolandi have built their studies to invent iconic spells now used across the multiverse. The closest a wizard is likely to come to an originally life is working as a sage or lecturer. Other wizards sell their services as advisors, serve in military forces, or pursue lives of crime or domination. But the lure of knowledge calls even the most unadventurous wizards from the safety of their libraries and laboratories and into the crumbling ruins of lost cities. Most wizards believe that their counterparts in ancient civilizations knew secrets of magic that have been lost to the ages, and discovering those secrets could unlock the path to a power greater than any magic available in the present age. Becoming a wizard. At level 1, character, gain all the traits in core wizard traits table. Gain the wizard's level 1 features which are listed in the wizard's feature table. As a multi-class character, gain the hit point die from the core wizard traits table. Gain the wizard's level 1 features which are listed in the wizard's features table. See the multi-classing rules in Chapter 2 to determine your available spell slots. Wizard class features. As a wizard, you gain the following class features when you reach the specified wizard levels. These features are listed in the wizard features table. Level 1 spellcasting. As a student of arcane magic, you have learned to cast spells. See Chapter 7 for the rules on spellcasting. The information below detailed how you use these rules with the wizard spells, which appear in the wizard spells list later in the class's description. Cantrips. You know 3 wizard cantrips of your choice. Light, Mage Hand, and Ray of Frost are recommended. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can replace one of your cantrips from this feature with another wizard cantrip of your choice. When you reach wizard levels 4 and 10, you learn another wizard cantrip of your choice as shown in the cantrips column of the wizard's features table. Spell book. Your wizardly apprenticeship the word is split. Whenever the word is split, it's a little bit more difficult. Cultivated from the creation of the unique book of your spell book. It is a tiny object that weighs 3 pounds, contains 100 pages, and can be read only by you or someone casting Identify. You determine the book's appearance and materials, such as the gilt-edged tome of a collection of a vellum bound with twine. The book contains the level 1 plus spells you know. It starts with 6 level 1 wizard spells of your choice. Detect Magic, Featherfall, Mage Armor, Magic Missile, Sleep, and Thunderwave are recommended. Whenever you gain a wizard level after 1, add 2 wizard spells of your choice to your spell book. Each of these spells must be of a level for which you have spell slots, as shown in the wizard features table. The spells are accumulation of arcane research you do regularly. Spell slots. The wizard features table shows how many spell slots you have to cast your level 1 plus spells. You regain all expended spell slots when you finish a long rest. Prepared spells of level 1 plus. You prepare the list of level 1 plus spells that are available for you to cast with this feature. To do so, choose 4 spells from your spell book. The chosen spells must be of level for which you have spell slots. That's the end of page 165. On the top of page 166, you have the wizard features on the left and the spell progression chart on the right. The number of spells on your list increases as you gain wizard levels, as shown in the prepared spells column of the wizard features table. Whenever the number increases, choose additional wizard spells until the number of your spells on your list matches the number in the table. The chosen spells must be of a level for which you have spell slots. For example, if you're a 3rd level wizard, your list of prepared spells can increase 6 spells of level 1 and 2 in any combination chosen from your spell book. If another wizard feature gives you spells that you always have prepared, those spells don't count against your number of spells you can prepare with this feature. But those spells otherwise count as wizard spells for you. Changing your prepared spells. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can change your list of prepared spells, replacing any of the spells there with spells from your spell book. Spell casting ability. Intelligence is your spell casting ability for your wizard spells. Spell casting focus. You can use an arcane focus or spell book as your spell casting focus for your wizard spells. Level 1. Ritual Adept. You can cast any spells as a ritual if the spell has a ritual tag and the spell is in your spell book. You don't have the spell prepared. You don't need to have the spell prepared, but you must read from the book to cast the spell in this way. Level 1. Arcane Recovery. You can regain some of your magical energy by studying your spell book. When you finish a short rest, you can choose expended spell slots to recover. These spell slots can have a combined level equal to no more than your wizard level round up, and none of the slots can be level 6 or higher. For example, if you're a level 4 wizard, you can recover up to 2 levels worth of spell slots. remaining either 1 level 2 spell slots or 2 level 1 spell slots. Once you use this feature, you can't do it again until you finish a long rest. Level 2 Scholar. While studying magic, you also specialized in another field of study. Choose one of the following skills to which you have proficiency: arcane, history, investigation, medicine, nature, or religion. You have expertise in the chosen skill. Box text. Expanding and replacing a spell book. The spells you add to your spell book as you gain levels reflect your ongoing magical research, but you might find other spells during your adventures, and you can add to your spell book. You could discover a wizard spell on a spell scroll, for example, and then copy it into your spell book. Copying a spell into your spellbook. When you find a level 1 plus wizard spell, you can copy it into your spellbook if it's of a level you can prepare at if you have time to copy it. For each level of the spell, the transcription takes 2 hours and costs 50 gold pieces. After which, you can prepare the spell like other spells to your spellbook. Copying the book. You can copy a spell from a spell book into another book. This is like copying a new spell into your spell book, but faster. Since you already know how to cast the spell, you can spend only 1 hour and 10 gold pieces for each spell of the copied spell. If you lose your spell book, you can use the same procedure to transcribe the wizard spells that you have prepared into your new spell book. Filling out the remainder of the new spell book requires you to find new spells to do so. For this reason, many wizards keep backup spell books. Level 3 Wizard Subclass. You gain a wizard subclass of your choice. The Abjurer, Diviner, Evoker, and Illusionist subclasses are detailed in this class description. A subclass is a specialization that grants you features at certain wizard levels for the rest of your career. You gain each of your subclasses features that are your wizard level or lower. Level 4 Ability Score Improvement. You gain Ability Score Improvement feats. See Chapter 5 or another feat of your choice for which you qualify. You gain this feature again at wizard levels 8, 12, and 16. Level 5 Memorize a Spell. When you finish a short rest, you can study your spell book and replace one of the level 1 plus wizard spells you have prepared for your spellcasting feature with another level 1 plus spell from the book. Level 18 Spell Mastery. You have achieved such mastery over certain spells that you can cast them at will. Choose a level 1 and a level 2 spell in your spell book that have a casting time of an action. You always have those spells prepared, and you can cast them at their lowest level without expending a spell slot. To cast either spell at a higher level, you must expend a spell slot. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can study your spell book and replace one of those spells with an eligible spell of the same level from the book. Level 19, Epic Boon. You gain an Epic Boon feat. See Chapter 5 or another feat of your choice for which you qualify. Boon of Spell Recall is recommended. Level 20, Signature Spells. Choose level 3. Let me read this again. Choose 2 level 3 spells in your spell book as your signature spells. You always have these spells prepared, and you can cast each of them once at level 3 without expending a spell slot. When you do so, you can't cast them in this way again until you finish a short or long rest. To cast either spell at a higher level, you must expend a spell slot. That ends page 167. Wizard spell list. This section presents the wizard spell list. These spells are organized by the level and they're alphabetized, and each spell school of magic is listed. In the special column, C means the spell requires concentration. R means it's a ritual. M means it requires a specific material component. Cantrips. You have Acid Splash, Blade Ward, Chill Touch, Dancing Lights, Elementalism, Firebolt Friends, Light, Mage Hand, Mending Message, Mind Sliver, Minor Illusion, Poison Spray, Prestidigitation, Ray of Frost, Shocking Grasp, Thunderclap, Toll the Dead, True Strike, Level 1, Alarm, Burning Hands, Charm Person, Chromatic Orb, Color Spray, Comprehend Languages, Detect Magic, Disguise Self, Expeditious Retreat, False Life, Featherfall, Find Familiar, Fog Cloud, Grease. Ice Knife, Identify, Illusionary, Script, Jump, Long Strider, Mage Armor, Magic Missile, Protection from Evil and Good, Ray of Sickness, Shield, Silent Image, Sleep, Tasha's Hideous Laughter, Tensor's Floating Disc, Thunderwave, Unseen Servant, Witch Bolt, Level 2, Alter Self, Arcane Lock, Arcane Vigor, Augury, Blindness, Deafness, Blur, Cloud of Daggers, Continual Flame, Crown of Madness, Darkness, Dark Vision, Detect Thoughts, Dragon's Breath, Enhance Ability, Enlarge, Reduce, Flaming Sphere, Gentle Repose, Gust of Wind, Hold Person, Invisibility, Knock, Levitate, Locate Object, Magic Mouth, Magic Weapon, Melf's Acid Arrow, Mind Spike, Mirror Image, Misty Step, Niceul's Niceul's Magic Aura, Phantasmal Force, Ray of Enfeeblement, Rope Trick, Scorching Ray, See Invisibility, Shatter, Spider Climb, Suggestion, and Whip. For level 3, Animate Dead, Bestow Curse, Blink Clairvoyance, Counter Spell, Dispel Magic, Fear, Feign Death, Fireball, Fly, Gaseous Form, Glyph of Warding, Haste, Hypnotic Pattern, Lemon's Tiny Hut, Lightning Bolt, Magic Circle, Major Image, Non-Detection, Phantom Steed, Protection from Energy, Remove Curse, Sending, Sleet Storm, Slow, Speak with Dead, Stinking Cloud, Summon Fae, Summon Undead, Tongues, Vampiric Touch, Water Breathing. Level 4, Arcane Eye, Banishment, Blight, Charm, Monster, Confusion, Conjure, Minor Elementals, Control Water, Dimension Door, Divination, Edward's Black Tentacles, Fabricate, Fire Shield, Greater Invisibility, Hallucinatory Terrain. Ice Storm, Lehman's Secret Chest, Locate Creature, Mordenkainen's Faithful, Hound, Mordenkainen's Private Sanctum, Autoluke's Resilient Sphere, Phantasmal Killer, Polymorph, Stone Shape stone skin, summon apparition, summon construct, summon elemental. Vitriolic sphere, wall of fire. Level 5, animate objects. Bigby's hand, circle of power, cloud kill. Cone of cold, conjure elemental. Contact other plane, creation. I lost my space. Dominate person, dream, geese, hold monster. Jelazar's storm of radiance. Hope I said that right. Legend, lore, mislead, modify, memory. Pass wall, planar binding. Raise, telepathic bond. Scrying, seeming. Steel wind strike. Summon dragon, synaptic static. Telekinesis, teleportation circle. Wall of force, wall of stone. Yolan's regal presence. Level 6, arcane gate. Chain lightning, circle of death. Contingency. Create undead, disintegrate. Draw minions, instant summons. Arbite, flesh to stone, globe of invulnerability. Guards and wards. Magic jar, mass suggestion, move earth. Autorelics, freezing sphere. Otto's irresistible dance. Programmed illusion, summon fiend, sunbeam. Tasha's bubbling cauldron, true seeing, wall of ice. Level 7, delayed blast, fireball, etherealness, finger of death, force cage. Mirage arcane, Mordenkainen's magnificent mansion, Mordenkainen's sword, plane shift, prismatic spray. Project image. Reverse gravity. Sequester. Simulacrum. Symbol. Teleport. Level 8. Anti-magic field. Antipathy. Sympathy. Befuddlement. Clone. Control weather. Demiplane, dominate monster, incineratory cloud, maze, mind blank, power word, stun, sunburst, telepathy. Level 9, we have astral projection, foresight, gate, imprisonment, meteor swarm, power word, kill, prismatic wall, shape change, time stop, true polymorph, weird wish. Wizard subclasses. A wizard subclass is a specialization that grants you features at certain wizard levels as specified in the subclass. This section presents the abjurer, diviner, evoker, and illusionist subclasses. The abjurer, shield companions, and banish foes. Your study of magic is focused on spells that block, banish, or protect, ending harmful effects, banishing evil influencers, and protecting the weak. Abjurers are sought when baneful spirits require exorcism, when locations must be guarded against magical spying, and when portals of otherworldly planes of existence must be closed. Adventuring parties value abjurers for the protection they provide against a variety of hostile magic and other attacks. Level 3, Abjuration Savant. Choose wizard spells from the Abjuration School, each of which must be no higher than level 2, and add them to your spell book for free. In addition, Whenever you gain access to a new level of spell slots in this class, you can add one wizard spell from the Abjuration School to your spellbook for free. The chosen spell must be of a level for which you have spell slots. Arcane Ward. You can weave magic around yourself for protection. When you cast an abjuration spell with a spell slot, you can simultaneously use a standard of the spell's magic to create a magical ward on yourself that lasts until you finish a long rest. The ward has hit points maximum equal to twice your wizard level plus your intelligence modifier. Whenever you take damage, the ward takes the damage instead. And if you have any resistances or vulnerabilities, apply them before reducing the ward's hit points. If the damage reduces the ward to 0 hit points, you take the remaining damage. When the ward has 0 hit points, it can't absorb damage, but its magic remains. Whenever you cast an abjuration spell with a spell slot, the ward regains a number of hit points equal to twice the level of spell slot. Alternatively, as a bonus action, you can expend a spell slot, and the ward regains a number of hit points equal to twice the level of spell slots expended. Once you create the ward, you can't create it again until you finish a long rest. Level 6, Protected Ward. When a creature that you can see within 30 feet of yourself takes damage, you can take a reaction to cause your arcane ward to absorb that damage. If the damage reduces the ward to 0 hit points, takes any remaining damage. If that creature has any resistances or vulnerabilities, apply them before reducing the ward's hit points. Level 10, Spellbreaker. You always have the counterspell and dispel magic spells prepared. In addition, you can cast dispel magic as a bonus action, and you can add your proficiency bonus to its ability check. When you cast either spell with a spell slot, that slot isn't expended if the spell fails to stop a spell. Level 14, Spell Resistance. You have advantage on saving throws against spells, and you have resistance to damage of spells. Moving on to the Diviner. Learn the secrets of the multiverse. The counsel of a diviner is sought by those who want a clear understanding of the past, present, and future. As a diviner, you strive to part the veils of space-time and consciousness. You work to master spells, discernment, remote viewing, and supernatural knowledge and foresight. Level 3, Divination Savant. Choose 2 wizard spells from the Divination School, each of which must be no higher than level 2, and add them to your spellbook for free. In addition, whenever you gain access to your new spell level of spells, slots, in addition, whenever you gain access to new level of spell slots in this class, you can add 1 wizard spell from the Divination School to your book for free. The chosen spell must be of a level for which you have spell slots. Portent. Glimpses of the future begin to impress on your awareness. Whenever you finish a long rest, roll 2 d20s and record the numbers rolled. You can replace any d20 test made by you or a creature that you can see with one of these foretelling rolls. You must choose to do so before the roll, and you can replace a roll of this in this way only once per turn. Each foretelling roll can only be used once. When you finish a long rest, you lose any unused foretelling rolls. Level 6, Expert Divination. Cast divination spells Casting divination spells comes so easily to you that it expends only a fraction of your spellcasting efforts. When you cast a divination spell using a level 2 plus spell slot, you regain the expended spell slots. The slot you regain must be of a level lower than the slot you expanded and can't be of higher than level 5. Level 10. The third eye, you can increase your powers of perception. As a bonus action, choose one of the following benefits which lasts until you start a short rest or long rest. You can't use this feature again until you finish a short or long rest. Dark vision. You gain dark vision with a range of 120 feet. Greater comprehension. You can read any language. See invisibility. You can cast see invisibility without expending a spell slot. Level 14, greater portent. The visions in your dreams intensify and paint a more accurate picture in your mind of what is to come. Roll 3 d20s to your portent feature rather than 2. Evoker. Create explosive elemental effects. Your studies focus on magic that creates powerful elemental effects such as bitter cold, searing flame, and rolling thunder, crackling lightning, and burning acid. Some evokers find employment in military forces, serving as artillery to blast armies from afar. Others use their power to protect others, while some seek their own gain. Level 3. Evocation Savant. Choose 2 wizard spells from the evocation school, each of which must be no higher than level 2, and add them to your spell book for free. In addition, whenever you gain access to a new level of spell slots in this class, you can add 1 wizard spell from the evocation school to your spell book for free. The chosen spell must be of a level of which you have spell slots. Level 3, Potent Cantrip. Your damage cantrips affect even creatures that avoid the burnt of the effect. When you cast a cantrip at a creature and you miss with an attack roll, or the target succeeds on a saving throw against the cantrip, that target takes half the cantrip's damage, if any, but suffers no additional effects from the cantrip. Level 6. Sculpt spells. You can create pockets to relative safety within the effects of your evocations. When you cast an evocation spell that affects other creatures that you can see, you can choose a number of them equal to 1 plus the spell's level. The chosen creatures automatically succeed on their saving throws against the spell, and they take no damage if they would normally take half damage on the successful save. Level 10, Empowered Evocation. Whenever you cast a wizard spell from the evocation school, you can add your intelligence modifier to the damage roll of that spell. Level 14, Over Channel. You can increase the power of your spells. When you cast a wizard spell with a spell slot of levels 1 to 5 that deals damage, you can deal maximum damage with that spell on the turn you cast it. The first time you do so, you suffer no adverse effects. If you use this feature again before you finish a long rest, you take 2d12 necrotic damage for each level of the spell slot immediately after you cast it. This damage ignores resistances and immunity. Each time you use this feature again before finishing a long rest, the necrotic damage per spell level increases by 1d12. Illusionist. Weave several subtle spells of deception. You specialize in magic that dazzles the senses and tricks the mind, and illusions you craft make the impossible seem real. Level 3, Illusion Savant. You Choose 2 wizard spells from the illusion school, each of which must be no higher than level 2, and add them to your spellbook for free. In addition, whenever you gain access to new level of spell slots in this class, you can add 1 level spell from the illusion school to your spellbook for free. The chosen spell must be of level of which you have spell slots. Level 3, improved illusions. You can cast illusion spells without providing verbal components, and if an illusion spell you cast has the range of 10 plus feet, the range increases by 60 feet. You also know the minor illusion cantrip. If you already know it, you learn a different wizard cantrip of your choice. The cantrip doesn't count against the number of cantrips known. You can create both a sound and image. With the single casting of minor illusion, you can cast it as a bonus action. Level 6, phantasmal creatures. You always have the summon beast or summon fae spells prepared. Whenever you cast either spell, you can change its school to illusion, which causes the summoned creatures to appear spectral. You can cast the illusion version of each spell without expending a spell slot, but casting it without a spell slot halves the creature's hit points. Once you cast either spell without a spell slot, you must finish a long rest before you can cast the spell this way again. Illusionary self. When the creature hits you with an attack roll, you can take a reaction to interpose an illusionary duplicate of yourself between the attacker and yourself. The attack automatically misses you and the illusion dissipates. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a short or long rest. You can also restore your use of it by expending a level 2 plus spell slot. No action required. Level 14, illusionary reality. You have learned to weave shadow magic into your illusions to give them a semi-reality. When you cast an illusion spell with a spell slot, you can choose one inanimate, non-magical object that is part of the illusion and make that object real. You can do this on your turn as a bonus action while the spell is ongoing. The object maintains real for 1 minute, during which it can't deal damage or give any conditions. For example, you create an illusionary bridge over a chasm and then make it real and cross it. That concludes the wizard. I trust we have learned the revised mechanics and new classes. I've also noticed that the revised spells are quite different from the ones in the 2014, so that we must learn those. Okay, like, subscribe, and I will talk to you later.